Morning. No, right. This is start of the day. Before I go to the workshop, this is necessary. Come on, dogs, come on. This one's on a string because he's an idiot. Come on, dogs. Let's just, to put it politely, empty you before the day begins. I'd say this was a sort of relaxing, calming way to start the day, but truth of the matter, it isn't. Also, we have a lot of building work going on. Hence, this one has to be on a lead because he's an idiot and wants to be friends with everybody. This one's on a lead because she'll go down the first badger hole she finds and disappear. And we don't want that, because I'll be in trouble. One of the good things to come out of this whole workshop experience has been, well, it was my intention from the start, to come home. And, well, I've lived here for, I don't know, 13 years. And I'll be honest, I don't really know the place. But I'm getting to know it. Come on, chicken, come on. Right, the plan for today is I'm going to drive into the workshop. Hopefully Mindy's going to drop in, my wife, to give me her opinion on how we're going to lay out the sort of social spaces of the workshop. We've got all the, you know, the oven and the mechanical bits in, but it's how it's going to operate and function. So she's very good at that sort of thing, having just done a lot of building work for us here. So we're doing that, and then there's the possibility of a job to go and look at, and it might turn out to be a bit of a barn find, which everybody loves a barn find. So it's an exciting day ahead. That's the hounds dealt with. Now it gets tricky. Engineers to deal with. To the workshop. I'm on my way into the workshop, and straight away you will have noticed something if you've watched the show, which is I'm not in my Land Rover. That's because the Land Rover is getting a bit poorly now. I do need to do some work. Basically, all the extra power I gave it is causing it to shock its drivetrain, and every time I fix one bit of it, another little spline shaft has a tiny little bit of give, and that shocks it further around the system, and then it all goes wrong again. So I'm going to remedy that. Meanwhile, I need wheels. So I've borrowed a pickup, and I'm going to buy one. Because, well, I've finally gone pickup. This feels like it was an inevitable thing in my life. I've always loved them, always wanted one, never had one. And honestly, I think I was fighting it because it's so stereotypical. It's just, oh, a bloke just wants a pickup. Yeah, I do, I really do. So I've fought it until now. And now I'm in it. I just love it. There's something about this. I've always loved commercial vehicles. I'm seldom happier than when I'm driving a van, actually. And I know it's a popular topic on Drive Tribe. People do discuss it, that there's kind of a version of you that drives a van. Every time you get in a van, there's that version of you there. Well, I think there's the most genuine version of me driving a pickup truck. They're practical and functional, and I think they look really cool. In fact, I've now decided I want a lovely old, maybe an old F-150, but with a big V8 in it, black, with stacks. Yeah, I know, it's childish, but go with it. One of the many things I said right at the beginning of this show, when it came about, and don't forget, it was the workshop before it was the show about the workshop, was that I was looking forward to commuting. Because for 25 years, my commute has meant Heathrow, aeroplane, somewhere abroad, 2 weeks away, come home. Now, I get up in the morning and join the other commuters, going from Ross to Hereford. So I kind of belong in the area. I feel connected. And that's not TV soppy nonsense. That's absolutely true. I feel finally like I live here. It's all part of coming home. And I feel like I have. Still feels incredibly new arriving at the workshop, because it is, and that's the whole point of today. So we have some actual work going on. I need to catch up on what's happening with the cars, and more importantly, continue the business of moving in. And we're still filming, and today Mindy, my wife, is joining us because she's going to walk around all the office block bit with me and have a look and share her opinion. She's not a woman who struggles to find an opinion, so we'll be filming that. But before I do that, I better find the crew and sort that out. There's always a kind of tension in here now because there is real work happening and there needs to be, but at the same time we're filming it and it's balancing one against the other. We're in a really strange position at the smallest cog right now because we are in the workshop, we're functioning, we're a real business. These are the cars, but we're also doing the TV at the same time. That's what all the talking and all the crew's about. And also, some of the stuff doesn't go into the show. So this is the Mini that we very quickly turned around and did a sort of mild resto of for my daughter's boyfriend, Cam. And you'll have seen it on the show, and they drive off in it, and it's all brilliant, great. It then developed a slight problem with the alternator. That couldn't really fit in the show. There wasn't space to put it in. But the reality of it is, the damn thing died. So this car has not left us. Neil's still wrestling with it. This is all off camera. He got somebody in to check the alternator out. The alternator said it wasn't working on the car, then put it on the bench. It was working, so it's back on the car. And is it wiring now, Neil? He can't hear. He's re-plumbing the wiring down here and a light into television. Basically, we're stuck with this thing still. And we can't use it on the telly, so we just got to get it done and down the road. But I love it. It's a Mini, but I'm tired of seeing it hanging around now. I want it gone. Go away. These are real cars. These have been done. That's Dean's Land Rover, which you've seen on the show. That's the RS, which we're still prepping for sale at auction. And again, some of that will be on the TV show, but obviously the work's got to go on for real. So Andrew's making really fiddly little brackets to remount ancillaries and things under the engine, which is not a lot of fun. It's quite bitey as a result. I'm going to leave him to it. Yeah, it's got to be done. So there is real work happening, and not all of it can go on screen. I need a coffee. That's my real work right now, yeah. Oh, I might go ham, egg and chips. This is brilliant. This is a whole... Oh, you're going to... Where is this? Oh, Edison's. We haven't been there yet, have we?
We had it from there the other day.
Apart from we have. This is not a life of luxury that we lead here. This is the first... When did we last have lunch that wasn't from the petrol station down the road? This is the first time we've had a proper cafe.
We had Chinese the other night, didn't we?
That was at night because we were working all bloody night.
Yeah, but we ran the little cupboard.
We did. It was really romantic.
No problem.
I'm not waiting on hand and foot. This is a real working workshop. It's just that while television's around, I get looked after a little tiny bit. Not enough. Honestly, the whole point of Mindy coming in today was just to have a little look and to do a little bit on camera and to give her opinion. She's just basically taken over the bloody workshop. I mean... Oh, right. She's genuinely now fretting about accommodating the dog. You'll have seen the dog on pretty much every show. In fact, we're all convinced people are going to say, have you seen that TV show with the dog in the garage? And those blokes hang around. And that's what they're now worrying about. Crying out loud. What have we created here? It was supposed to be, you know, a high-class, top-spec, classic car restoration workshop. And it is in terms of what we've put in it and the skills we have. It's just that they're all being brought to bear and focus on the issue of where to keep Neil's dog and what kind of kitchen to fit. Oh, God. Good news is, in the midst of all of this that's going on in here today, bits of work on cars, mostly worrying about dogs and kitchens, we are actually going out now to go and look at a car, which sounds like it might be a little bit of a barn find and a really interesting car as well. So that's next job. I'm going to leave this lot to it. I'm back in my Land Rover now because this next bit is on camera, and, you know, my Land Rover still works. I've just got to find time to make it better. Meanwhile, as it's going to be seen on screen, I'll keep it familiar. And where I'm going is to look at a car. For real, it's a real job. And it's a weird thing going on, because at the heart of this TV show, and talking to you on Drive Tribe, there is an actual workshop going on. And what we're looking at today might be a job that could be for us. I don't think it's going to be a massive money one, but it's an interesting car. and it's a bit barn-findy, which we all love, don't we? It is a strange balance. We have to make some compromises to make the TV show, otherwise, well, it wouldn't hang together. But what we can't afford to do is derail the entire business and stop it being a real venture, because then, well, a TV show wouldn't work either. I think the guys sometimes, they don't like having to do things again for camera because they want to get the job done. That's what they're about. It's weird making something that's in that sort of reality space, because I'm not used to it entirely. But I guess in the same way we make the Grand Tour, you know, we set out, we know roughly this is what we want to happen, what we want to do. Then what really happens and really unfolds is what makes the show. And that's the same here. I know we need to get work in. I'm not going to lie, I'm looking for interesting work to make for the TV show, obviously. But what happens, happens. What might be about to happen is that I've run out of fuel in this Land Rover, because I put it away dead on empty. That is borderline. And I do know that the gauge on this thing, once it reaches the bottom, gets to about there and then slowly and then goes, whoo! That'd be embarrassing. This gets through diesel faster than Jeremy gets through rosé. That's a considerable level of consumption. It doesn't catch pneumonia from it, though. That would be deeply satisfying to see, right? So, plan would be retrieve, get up and have a proper look and build a proper plan. Michael is somebody that Neil has known for quite a long time, actually. He's been bringing cars to him down the years. Really interesting man. And that is literally a barn find in his barn. It's his car. Neil saw it once years ago, but it's been in there for about 15 years and it sort of needs a proper recommissioning and bare metal respray. So we're going to get it back to the workshop, have a look and see what's involved, and if he wants to go that far, we'll do it. It'd be lovely to do. At the other end of the day now, the effect of working in my home county is even stronger, because I'm going home. I've been to work today, and now I'm going home tonight. And not only that, Mindy came to visit me, so I'm going to go and see. I'll go and see if she's still as fiery as she was earlier on when she gave me a complete roasting over the way I've laid out the workshop. But I love doing that as well. Going home at the end of the day to talk about my work with Mindy. That's just down the road. It's a new life. I think it's normal for most people, but it's a bit new and novel to me. Well, that's the day in the life of filming the workshop, and I'm done. And now I'm going home.